Welcome to the Bam SMP Season 7, where for the first time ever, we have a new map and seed. There's a whole new world to explore, so let's get down there and start the adventure. Welcome to Season 7, Episode 1 of the Bam SMP. What is the Bam SMP, you may be asking? It is a series that me and my friends have had going for about 3 years now. This is our 7th season. We are on a new world map this season. And yeah, we have new players joining. It is the 8th day of the server being up, but not much progress has been done. I have been trying to record, but I have not had time. So welcome to the Bam SMP episode 1. We started on January 1st. It is currently January 8th when I am recording this. And we started on January 1st, and I decided I wanted to build a tent, because I did not know what I wanted to do. So let me give you a little tour of my area. I built some little tents. This is my main tent where I live. As you can see, it's a very nice little house. And over here you can see my storage tent where I keep all my chests and stuff. Next to my little campfire full of seatings. Oh, also, there's a mailbox up here as I am working on some terrain back there. Here's a little circus tent made to cover up a cactus farm. It's my little tent area, my little starter base. I've chopped down the surrounding trees to do some terraforming, and I'm going to fill them back in soon. But first, I'm going to be building this. You are all caught up. So, what am I building, you may be asking? I am going to be building this mountain. This is not normally a beginning thing for me, so do not worry. But what I will be doing is I'm going to be building this mountain to, like, I don't know, kind of enclose my area. The rest of the sides are kind of filled with mountains, so, you know, kind of my plan to do this mountain. And you should see a picture on the screen here of what I am envisioning for this mountain, even though it is a terrible sketch. And I am actually going to get started on that now. And yeah, let's get started. So, this happened when building. And I am a little embarrassed to say that this is not the first time that I have died building this thing. But yeah, I was just building the outline of it, you know, minding my own little business. I tried to do a water clutch, and then because of Minecraft's stupid update where leaves are waterlogged, I can no longer do that. Yay. So I died. Now let's just gather my stuff, and we can continue building. Okay, so I have done a little bit more work on the mountain, and I have decided to do something crazy, and I want to finish it within the next 2 days. Or at least get significant progress done, because I need to get this video out. So, what I have decided to do is, since my replay mod has not worked yet, since the server is still new and getting stuff up and running, I will not be able to show a replay mod or like a time lapse of this thing being built. But what I can do is I can I can show you progress reports throughout the build, and I think that's what I'm going to have to do. So this is where we are at right now. Okay, so I have started the terrain and like thickening the outer edge of the final layer, but one problem that I'm now having to face is that, like, you know, I'm kind of transitioning this part into the mountain. So I need to somehow transition this because I want it to be stone underneath. Like, I don't want it to be all dirt. So I need to find a way to transition it from this being, like, all dirt to transition into stone. And I think I know a way on how I can do that. So we're going to try that out and see how it goes. Okay, so I figured out how to transition it from dirt into stone, and I think that looks pretty good. But I am now having a little problem with the natural terrain because I can either pull this out or I could push it back and then make that go down lower. So I'm not sure what to do, but I will let you guys know on what I decide. Okay, so after making this section, which I do really like, I have decided that I am only going to be making this bottom part and then maybe the top of this little hill thing here for this first episode because I feel like it would take too long and I do not have enough time for that. So I am either going to make the taller part of the mountain another time, or I am going to have to just make the top of this and then not the mountain, which I think is what I'm going to do because I don't really need the huge mountain. So I think I'm just going to make it flat for now, and that will leave space for my next era, which I have not explained to you guys what I'm doing for this season yet, but I will explain that in the next episode. But basically, I think I'm just not going to build a mountain, but if I do want to build a mountain later on, I can always, build it after this is built and stuff. And that will even give me more time and materials to possibly build a back to this, because I was just planning on leaving this just the front. But yeah, who knows? We might actually have a back. But I did finish this little section, and I am loving the way that this turned out. I did decide to pull the terrain outwards towards the camping site, and I am loving the way that it turned out, and I am very excited to see how the rest of this turns out. So yeah, let's... And done. Finally, the mountain terraforming is done and completed. I am so happy with how it turned out. I think it turned out amazing. For now, I'm just going to leave that there in case I do decide to do it. But yeah, I am loving the way that this turned out and just the way it looks. I will be texturing it in the next episode because I do not have enough time to texture it. But there are still a couple more things I would like to do in this episode, including another tent. I have decided that I want to make another tent, and it is going to be green, so I'm going to build it back here. For this tent, it is going to be more complicated, though, because it is like a crooked, like a diagonal tent. So it is going to be more difficult, but I do have a tent already planned out and built and pre-built, so let's get to it. So this tent design did actually take me longer to design. While it still has the same base and like shape as the other one, it is obviously more difficult due to the crookedness of it. But it is still, I really like the way that this tent turned out. I think it turned out really well for it being crooked and like diagonal and like having that struggle to build it like that. But I do really like the way that it turned out in the final design, and yeah, I'm excited for you guys to see it. And just like that, this one is done too. This is the design that I decided to go with. It is the same design as these, just diagonal, and I love the way that it turned out. I think it looks amazing from all angles. It is just like the other ones with there being a back and then it being hollow. There is actually a lot of room, surprisingly. It is just, honestly, it feels very big. So there is still one more thing that I need to do before the end of this video, but I have to go to spawn to that. So let's head over there. Now I'm curious to see if any of you guys can guess it before it is done as to what I am building. Wow, that's tall. It's like a fireman pole. That'd be so much fun to, like, slide down. So this was originally designed and built on August 8th of 2021. And it has stayed all this time. So it seems like my calculations were wrong on the amount of blocks needed for this. But you know what? It's fine. And boom. It is done. Almost, actually. We just need to add some of these little finishing touches, little small details. And now it is officially completed. So let's just hop down here and check it out. Bam. Oh, one moment. Dang it, this always happens. Alright, and just like that, bam, literally. It is now complete, and I love the way that it turned out. It is the exact same design and flag from the old server back created in 2021, August 8th. Wow. It looks so nice. And I do believe you will be able to see it from our area. And yep, you can. You can see it perfectly. And that is all for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you all in the next episode where I will be explaining what is going to be going on in this series. Until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.